Okay, I just seen a movie early, on Netflix that I thought it was so interesting and it was good because I'll tell you why. The movie I'm talking about is Bright, a Netflix original movie with starring Will Smith and Joel Edgerton. And I don't need to tell you this guy's work, this guy's track record, because according to statistic that Will Smith has not done a good movie in a very long time, and that is not entirely true because the concussion. But if you guys remember his last big so-called blockbuster, After Earth, did not see that movie, but I know how bad it really is. Okay, Birth. Because Bright. I'm sorry. Bright takes place in a world in our world. Okay, Los Angeles, California. It takes place where magic and reality meet. Okay. Okay. To begin with, the first thing I thought when I saw this movie, it made me kind of laugh. It made me cringe. I thought it was hilarious. I just did, especially the opening scene where I think it's South Central Los Angeles, and they got fairies, and Will Smith is trying to kill him with some kind of, I think a shovel or something, or a something like that. But I mean, that scene alone made me laugh, and I thought it was completely ridiculous. Okay, this movie, it, there is a wand that the elves on this movie are aristocrats, and they're the richest people in society according to this movie, and an evil elf is trying to get to them. Elves, okay, that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? She has to get it to unleash the Dark Lord, and this will be and enter Nick Jacoby and Ward is Will Smith. These guys are two partners that don't want to. They are not interested in being partners. How many times have we seen that in a movie before? A buddy cop movie, right? A buddy cop movie where two guys are not interested in being each other's partners. They don't like each other. They hate each other. And somehow, at the very end of the movie, or in the middle of the movie, they start to get along. They find a sense of brotherhood, a sense of friendship to keep the ship rolling on a movie. Okay, first of all, they they go and they go to a house that's been abandoned. That there's a bunch of dead bodies. There's a girl on some strange looking mystical tree, and they get caught up in this mess. And they find Tika, a elf, a known as a bright on here is a person that's able to touch the wand and use its magical properties to do whatever it is they're gonna do. So okay, the plot itself is ridiculous, but at the end of this movie, okay, you're trying to put together magic and our regular world, especially the 2017's Los Angeles. That's not an easy thing to do. Really, it's not. It's just the thought of it is just ridiculous. We got orcs in here. Joel Edgerton is an orc who people hate this guy. They hate orcs because what orcs did, according to this movie, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, and there's still a backlash. Orcs are kind of the lower society. It's kind of like the minority group, like Mexicans and blacks, right? Kind of that's what they kind of let us know, that the orcs are low society. They're the minority group, and the elves are kind of the rich, the powerful aristocrats of society. And so Jacoby, nobody likes this guy. They hate him because he's an orc. Orcs don't like him either. Orcs hate this guy. And Will Smith is just like he kind of reminds you a little bit of how he was as Deadshot on Suicide Squad. He kind of just really doesn't care. He just wants he clock in and clock out. He's not really into doing anything. He clearly explains how he used to care for the protect the innocent, to serve and protect the innocent, right? And that's exactly what Jacoby's trying to do. He wants to be a good cop. He wants to protect people. So in the beginning, there's no chemistry between these two. There's absolutely no chemistry between these two, and they make it pretty clear because there's a difference between chemistry between two actors and chemistry between a screenplay. What I'm saying, two male leads that don't are supposed to not get along and are supposed to not like each other. And in the beginning, these guys do not like each other, and Wilson could really care less if Jacoby dies. So they get caught up. The feds are on their trail. We got an elf fed, and he kind of he really acts. He reminds me of he kind of rings a bell on an actor I've seen in another movie, but in the end, Bright is an entertaining experience. It kind of reminds me a little bit of one scene. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings meets Die Hard. Lord of the Rings meets Die Hard. Serious, I'm not kidding around. If you guys have not seen this movie, it's rated R, by the way. And there are cholos on this movie. The cholos on this movie are menacing, just like they are real life. But we got orcs, we got gangsta orcs on this movie. All right, and see, I'm laughing about it because okay, putting these two polar opposites together is not an easy. And I really, honestly, I thought at the end of watching this movie, they put it together nicely for me because I got involved in this movie. And the characters got me involved. I wanted to succeed in their mission because if the dark elves get a hold of that wand, they're gonna unleash the Dark Lord. And Tika she kind of reminds you a little bit of Mila Jovovich was on the Fifth Element. She's kind of like this little. I'm sorry, I had to do that. So she doesn't really help him a lot into the mid, probably part of the fourth act of the movie. Oh man, I'm sorry. I can't stop laughing because this movie is just it's on the surface it's ridiculous, but at the very end of the movie, it really sold. I got sold on this movie. I think Bright is probably it's probably a C. I'll give it a C minus because it is actually not a bad movie. I'd watch this movie again. Seriously, I'd watch this movie again. And Will Smith, as usual, I think he redeemed himself on this movie, and he just needs a couple more movies until he can go back to the big screen again and do a really good movie, do an epic movie. Hopefully, we can get another good movie out of this guy. And Joe Edgerton, I don't have to say a lot about this guy. This guy needs no introduction. He's probably one of Hollywood's best actors right now going, and him being on this movie is impressive. So in the end, they find a middle ground and they're able to save Los Angeles from certain destruction because the wand is an equivalent of a nuclear bomb when it is used properly. So they save the day. They save Tika because in mid movie she supposedly dies, including Jacoby. She brings Jacoby back to life in one part, and the orcs start to respect Jacoby, and he becomes a part of their circle, and they give him an okay. And okay, so it's basically this movie, like I said, Netflix original movies. I'm paying much more attention to them because of movies like this. On the surface, this movie is absolutely ridiculous, but on paper and by watching this movie, I think this movie I really enjoyed this movie. I see this movie again. All right, if you like this video, subscribe to Louis Valence's Cinema Reviews, and okay, comment on this video. What Netflix original movie do you like or Netflix original programming do you like Daredevil or Luke Cage or so forth? Okay, so and okay, I will be back, and I'm going to be doing another movie that came out earlier this year as well. That could have been on my worst of list, but I just barely saw it last night. A Christmas gift. All right, you guys. I'll see you soon.